The recent storm damage lately, there will certainly be people knocking at your door, trying to convince you that they should do your roof repair work. But did you know in many states, the people who do your nails at the nail salon have more licenses, accreditation, and ethical and safety standards to follow than a roofer? Yep, you heard that right. There are no licenses or requirements limiting or overseeing companies whose employees are literally putting holes in your family's roof. So joining us now is Joseph Morrow. Joseph owns OGD Roofing, LLC in Dallas, Texas. Joseph, glad you're with us this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well. So, cleaning up from all the storms we had this weekend, the weather has just been crazy across the country. Question for you. When you started in the roofing business, there were only a handful of roofing companies in the DFW area. Now there are thousands. And sometimes after a storm like we had here, people will come in from out of state just to try to make some money. And that's happening everywhere with little to no regulation. So how do you avoid getting scammed in this situation?
Well, unfortunately, it is a big problem in Texas. We've been fighting for years. I've been in this industry for 32 years. We've been fighting for years to get regulations, licensing, but we just can't get it done. And for whatever reason, anyone with a pickup truck and a hammer can be a contractor or a roofer, which is crazy if you think about it. I need a license to fix your toilet. I need a license to spray bug spray, but I can tear your whole roof off without any licensing. So it's something we're working on. Hopefully you will get this passed in my lifetime, I hope. But there are a few things you can do to protect yourself. When looking for a contractor or a roofer, with anything, a refrigerator or some carpet, you're going to ask for referrals from close friends and family in your neighborhood. So you want somebody that lives in your neighborhood to give you a recommendation, somebody they've had experience with, so there's no vetting necessary. You don't have to go online and check it. You've had someone who's had experience that you trust, and that would give you a good recommendation. That's always the number one place to go. Number two, social media. Go to your groups, your neighborhood groups, to your friend groups, and put it out there. Hey, I'm looking for a roofer. I'm looking for a contractor. Now, these people you have to vet. You have to do some background checks. You have to look at their Google reviews. And don't run away if you see 2 or 3 bad reviews. Just make sure that they went back and they addressed those reviews. You want to make sure that if there was a problem, they fixed it. Because in construction, unfortunately, problems do arise, but it's the companies that get out there and take care of it are the ones that are in this industry for a long time. Yeah. So those are a couple quick things you can do.
No, those are great, Joseph, and I'm so with you on referrals. I think everybody looks to referrals for anything, whether it is nails or the roof on your home. Okay, how do you respond? If someone comes knocking on your door to see your roof damage and wants to be that person who fixes it, is the fact that they're actually knocking on your door a red flag in the first place?
Well, it's a mixed bag. Unfortunately, not everyone has a roofer on speed dial. And not everyone has roofers that they can call if their roof shingles fly off during a storm or their roof collapses or they have a catastrophe such as that. So it's a mixed blessing because nobody wants a bunch of people knocking at your door after a storm at 6 a.m. But at the same time, a lot of these companies are legitimate, they are good, and they are out there to help you. But once again, there's some warning signs. Out-of-state license plates, that's a warning sign. There are these guys called storm chasers. They come in here from out of state. They're trying to get some work. Usually they're getting our local crews and getting them to do the work, and then they go back out of town. So if you have a leak or a problem or some kind of issue in a year or 6 months, they're already back from where they came from. So always try to stay with a local contractor. We haven't had a catastrophe that bad where we've run out of roofers. There's plenty of roofers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I started, I think there was 6 of us or 8 of us, and now there's a lot of them. Yeah. So be aware of that. Be aware of pushy salesmen. Sign this, sign this. You don't, unless they're putting a tarp on your roof or emergency repairs, you don't need to sign anything. Be aware of the person who asks you for money. That's the big red flag. You should not give them any money until the material is either dropped on your front lawn or you have the work starting. Never give them any money until the work starts or the material is in your driveway. They should not need any money. If they need money to put your roof on, you got some issues there. So that's a big red flag.
This is so good. Joseph, I know you're going to stick around and answer our viewers' calls after the show. I mean, you can answer questions like how to handle your own contractor compared to one recommended by your insurance company, or the actual legal liability of somebody who's not bonded and insured. If you have any questions for Joseph, you can call his number, 469-834-6565. Again, 469-834-6565. He will be answering your questions for the next hour. Again, Joseph Morrow, owner of OGD Roofing LLC in Dallas, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, anytime. Fanchon?
Useful information. Thank you both. Well,